Your mother does not want you to have a close relationship with your brother or sister, and here's why. When I see a family that's broken up, the siblings are not close together, there's a lot of distance, a lot of falling out. One minute they cool, the next minute they're not speaking for several months or several years. I always look at the mother or father in the situation. But in this video, we're going to talk about the mother. The ringleader is the reason why the family is broken all up. Even in old age, okay, whether it's your grandmother, your grandfather, what have you, when the children and grandchildren are all broken up, separated, living in different cities and states, nobody has a close relationship, it's all dismembered, you can blame the ringleader, either your mother or father, your grandparents. The leadership is broken, and that is why the family is broken. Again, I will be talking about the mother in this video. If your mama was abusive towards you growing up, she bullied you more than she bullied your siblings, then there's a high probability that you're the scapegoat and your mother is a full-blown narcissist. And here's why you don't have a close relationship with your brother or sister. Since your mother is a narcissist, narcissists use a tactic called triangulation, where they play people against each other. They will use a third party, a third person, whether you know who this person is or not. It may be a group of people, but your mama will use the third party and pit this third party against you. Now, why would a narcissistic mother want to see her children divided up? Here's why. You have to remember, at the core of every narcissist is a deep-rooted insecurity. Narcissists are incredibly, incredibly insecure, which would make them controlling. They are control freaks, and they are very controlling of their children. Even when their children become adults, they want to control every aspect of their adult children's lives. Now, if you're the scapegoat, then there's a probability that your brother and sister are weaker. They're spoiled brats. They're the golden child. The golden child is usually the child that the narcissistic mother will spoil. The narcissistic mother will turn your brother and sister into narcissists. That's why they get special treatment and you don't. Your mother basically groomed them to become a duplicate carbon copy of herself. So that's one of the reasons why you and your siblings are divided up. Your mother have given each of you a specific role. Your role is to be a slave, a doormat, a people pleaser. She wants to bully you. She wants access to your money. Whether she takes it from you, demands money, asks you for money to pay her bills because she feels you owe her since she gave birth to you. She feels entitled to your money, even when you become an adult. Whether it's your tax refund, your student loan refund, you may have a high-paying job. She feels entitled for you to pay her bills because you make a six-figure salary. Whether your grandparents leave you an inheritance, whatever piece of money you get, your mama will feel entitled to it because you're the scapegoat. Now, your siblings, she will not demand money out of them. She will continue to spoil your siblings when they become adults. She's trained your siblings to stay in place. The goal is control. So because your siblings are narcissists and the golden child will always be spoiled with money and gifts. The gifts and money do not come from the heart. The gifts and money are simply a way for your mother to keep control of your weak-minded sibling. Okay? And your sibling will also manipulate your mother right back. These are two narcissists, and their relationship is deeply codependent and deeply enmeshed. They both manipulate each other to stay in each other's lives, even though both are toxic and abusive emotionally. Don't believe for 1 minute that your mother loves your brother and sister more than she loves you. She does not love any of her children.
Hey y'all, so that was Spiritual Whistleblower. I'm sure a lot of you have probably heard of her, and if you haven't heard of her, tune into her because she has a lot to say about toxicity within family units, narcissism, things like that. She recently came out with a book titled "My Family Can Kiss My Ass." I haven't read the book yet, but I look forward to it. So the spiritual whistleblower and what she was talking about, parents turning siblings against each other, parents, narcissistic traits, and what stuck with me is the last part when she said, your parent doesn't love you and she doesn't love any of her kids, right? That sucked to hear that, and it kind of hurt a little bit because I really don't want to believe that's true, but I also understand that it is true, right? That it very well can be true, because a person can only love you as deep as they love themselves, right? And you will hear people say all the time, oh, I love myself. I love myself. Oh, believe me, I love myself, right? But when they say that, they're usually referring to, like, I love myself, so I make sure I wear the best clothes. I love myself. I make sure, I have my hair done every week. I love myself. I make sure my nails are done, and I make sure, I eat at the finest restaurants, and, oh, I love myself. I make sure, I try to buy the best car, with the money that I have, and I love myself. I try to make sure I buy all of the things, to make my house or my apartment, just beautiful, gorgeous, darling, It's like referring to materialistic things, right? But you never hear them say things like superficial people like that, which are usually narcissists. I just hate using that word sometimes, narcissist, because I honestly didn't even know what the hell that word meant until I was going through what I was going through with an ex, and it made me do some research, not on that word, but just on patterns and certain experiences I was having, and the word narcissist popped up. And that's how I learned about the word narcissist, because when I first heard it, I was like, oh, it sounds like a disease or something you catch on your feet or something, like narcissism. I just thought it was a fungus or something. Maybe it is. It definitely it is a disease, isn't it? Anyway, so I digress. So when people like that talk about that they love themselves, they usually refer to materialistic things. But you rarely hear them say, if at all, about loving themselves on the inside, right? Like self-love, right? Self-love is buying yourself things, but self-love is also nurturing your mind, right? It's also healing. Nurturing yourself is reflection. Nurturing yourself is meditation. Nurturing yourself is spirituality, right? Nurturing yourself, being kind and good to people, and being good to yourself, but not just in a materialistic way. So it's like, okay, you love yourself, but you seem like you only love yourself when you have these superficial things. Because if all of the superficial things were taken away, money, clothes, shoes, cars, house, if all of that was taken away, would you still love yourself just as much? How high would your confidence be if everything that you had was ripped away from you? How high would your confidence be? Would you love yourself? Could you look in the mirror every day with everything taken away from you? Basically, let's say if you were in jail, in prison, everything ripped away from you. Could you look in the mirror and say, I love myself? And I guess depending upon why you were put in jail or in prison, I guess it would be hard to kind of say that, right? But if you're not in prison, right? Say if you just got everything taken away from you. Job, money, car, clothes, shoes, family, everything. Could you still look in the mirror and say, oh, I love myself? Would your confidence still be high? Or does the things that you have give you your confidence? That's what I mean when I mean you really loving yourself. I love myself, and I have had so many things ripped away from me. Just ripped away from me. And I look in the mirror and I smile because I am absolutely in love with myself. I know a lot of the things that happened to me were man-made obstacles, purposely put in place to hinder me. I also know that there were some lessons that I needed to learn, right? And had I not learned them, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now, mindset-wise. I have grown so much in my mind. I love myself. And not many people can say that if they had everything taken away from them, that they love themselves. There are people that have everything ripped away from them and they kill themselves because they don't know how to handle not having. They don't know how to love themselves without materials, without money. They don't know. They weren't taught how to love themselves. And a lot of people aren't taught. A lot of kids aren't taught about self-love. But then again, you can't be taught something that your guardian doesn't know themselves. And again, your guardian, parent, can only love you as deep as they love themselves. So even if they say, oh, I love you, it could either be with conditions or unconditional. And the ones that say they love you and it's with conditions, those are the ones that will turn on you at the drop of a hat, that will give you the boot over a bag. Spiritual whistleblower was talking about, taking of your money. They feel entitled to your money to take from you, your inheritances and things like that. They will. Whether it be through life insurance policies, whether it be inheritance that was left to you from a family member, whether they have to forge signatures that you never signed on documents in order to attain said funds, whether it's removing you from certain documents altogether in order to receive said funds, whether it's using your kids. Whether it's using your kids. Family isn't always family. That's why a lot of people say, my family is the family that I created. Because sometimes your own family can do you worse. I don't even want to say a stranger, because strangers sometimes are nicer to you than your own family. And we see that all the time as entrepreneurs online. When we're selling products and we have businesses, strangers will buy from you quicker than your own family will. Strangers will root you on quicker than your own family will. Strangers, people that don't even know you like that, you get the most support from. So I can't even say. But anyway, check out Spiritual Whistleblower if you can relate. Comment, y'all.